Hello there folks, GK here. Welcome to episode 7 of my Let's Play series. We're back in the world again. It's been a few days. I've had a reasonably good weekend. How was yours? Good, I hope. So, I think it's about time that we did something with this farm, because so far I've just been harvesting the garlic and the eggplant, as you see. I've been going inside, finding my bakeware, which got lost a couple of times, and I've just been manually crafting it into eggplant. And we can use this eggplant for so much more, with sort of culinary generators, but feeding this Morales by hand is, well, it's kind of boring. So, I'm trying to think up a way to do it for me. And we've got the additional trick of dealing with agrocraft here, because these crops are hard to harvest. You can't just have an autonomous activator on top right clicking, I don't think, because that would just destroy the crops. We are, however, in possession of a mod that can do it, and one we haven't really got into. So it's time for us to start on a little bit of buildcraft. Now, as you can see over here, I've got a small power setup that's snaking its way through the ceiling. Comes down over here from our hardened energy cell. Part of buildcraft we're going to use is BC Silicon. We're going to get into some robots, and to do that we're going to need some buildcraft infrastructure first. So as you can see, I've got a few things here set up for later, but the first thing we need to do is build our lasers and build our tables, and they require lots of diamonds, a ton of redstone, some obsidian. I think you can see in my NEI here that I've already got them ready to go. It's just a case of making them. So let's get a couple of iron. Let's get 8 of those. And the first thing we're going to need to make is gold gears. We're going to upgrade those to diamond gears, and we'll need 2 of those. Oh, wrong way. So the first part we're going to need is fairly simple. I think that's right. There we go, it's the assembly table. At some point we're also going to need the integration table, but that requires a redstone chipset. So we can't do that just yet. The next thing we're going to need is a few of these. We're going to need to save 6 of these. Perfect. So let's move that around. Lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all we'll need for now. Oh, okay. So we'll also grab some wood. Wrong chest. Let's grab that, because we're going to need one of those too. Now, I don't know if you've ever used this before, but it's basically a case of plonk down your chest, plonk down your assembly table, and have your lasers somewhere nearby and powered. So we're going to power them using these hardened flux ducts. And you can see the lasers powering up. Make that nice and neat. And then you just put stuff in. So for example, if we put a piece of redstone in, it tells us how to make our redstone chipset that we're going to need for the integration table. What I'm going to need, however, is a couple of diamond chipsets. So we'll get those cooking on. And we're also going to need one of these. Block of redstone. Because in order to make the robot we need a redstone crystal, which takes forever to make. And as you can see, all these lasers are fully powered, so this is getting 360 per tick. Yeah, and it's going up very slow. And I know it's going to go up very slow, which is why that's what we've done first. So, why do we need those? In order to build our robot, we need to make one of these basic robots, and it's just a case of a redstone crystal, 2 diamond chipsets, and some iron to make the robot. But we're also going to need to make things like the docking station, which requires a gold chipset, and we're going to need pipes and stuff, so we're going to get on with that now. So it's redstone and gold for a gold chipset. Stick those in there. In fact, 4. think our integration table required a diamond as well, didn't it? In fact, let's cancel that, because that's already done. You see it's been put straight into the chest. Stick you in there, get ready for a golden chipset. And we'll come over here. Oh, that's wrong. What's the integration table? It's gold ingot. Oh, that's good. That's cheaper than I thought. Gold is much easier to come by than diamonds. Ding. This uses exactly the same power as the crafting table here, so we'll just plonk that down next to our chest, and we'll have the lasers do our thing. In fact, we'll put that over here, because we won't be using that often. There's our first diamond chipset, and we'll move this chest behind it. Keep that out of the way. Leave you in there for now. In the meantime, we need to do a little bit of trickery with the farm itself, which is what I've got all this stuff for. Ah. I'm also going to need some pipes. Let's get 2 of them. We will need 2 bits of glass. I am going to need 2 pieces of wood. I hope dark oak can be used. If not, I'll have to get some normal oak. I'm also going to need 8 quartz. So we're going to make those into blocks. And we're going to turn those blocks into quartz pipes. Likewise, we're going to turn those into wooden pipes. We are then going to take one of each of these pipes and turn it into a kinesis pipe, which is what we need to power our robots. So the rest of the pipes can go in our random chest. Now, out here, I've been thinking long and hard about a way to collect all the stuff that I harvest from this. And the simplest way is to use one of these, a vacuum chest from Ender.io. Pulls nearby items into its inventory. And a couple of times I've had stuff fall down this hole here where the water is. And A, that stops that problem completely. And B, it's completely configurable, so you can change the range. So if I set this to 4 like it was and leave it to always active, if I break something, it gets sucked into the chest. Yay. So we will have our robot breaking things and they'll get sucked into the chest. Yay. Carrots can go in the carrot bucket. Over there. Aha. So, our next step is to get all of the items eventually into this chest. You notice there's a Steve's Factory Manager inventory cable on this, because I've already practiced this in the hopes that I don't get it wrong. Now, the big thing was this, the crafter from RF Tools. Now, I recently had the issue that I was unable to actually craft the bakeware. I thought nothing can actually use it because it's classed as an output as well, and you need to keep recycling it in. But there's a way to do that with the crafter. The crafter has a separate input and output, and we're going to use these item translocators to basically mix and match it. So if I come down here, I'm going to place a block there for the moment. We're going to place our crafter on top. So in our crafter you can set your recipes. This is your input and this is your output. Follows the same blue and orange as thermal expansion. So what we are going to do is we're going to take some of our eggplant and garlic. We're going to say first recipe is going to be eggplant, garlic and bakeware, and that gives us stuffed eggplant. So now when we put all 3 of them in, we get stuffed eggplant. Yay. So we're going to pop this. Now, with our translocators, stick that there and that there. Chest should still open, yes. We're going to say, pull everything out. And it all goes into the chest. With our other translocator, you can actually put a filter on these to put, say, bakeware back in. And we'll turn that on. Just like that. And it goes back into the input slot. So if I take all my garlic and eggplant, stick that in there. Whee. Did you see it? It all went into this chest, where it will mysteriously disappear. About now. Aha! Now you see why I've got an inventory cable underneath it. Inside our factory manager here, I figured it'd be convenient to get this useful, so I created a second trigger for 10 seconds, and we're going to input everything from this chest that's labelled as stuffed eggplant and output it to the dropper. So you'll notice there's a inventory cable under this block as well. Nice and simple. And this will allow us to get stuff from our hopper into our crafter over into our dropper. And I'm going to sleep tonight because I can see monsters coming for my villager. Sleepy, sleepy. Laser's still working hard in the background there. Have we got the second chipset yet? We have, jolly good. Not really. So it's actually working on the redstone crystal now, which is fine, we can deal with that. Oh, am I missing a... No, I'm not missing anything. Okay. Now, the simplest way of getting things from A to B is with item ducts. So I'm going to bring that up one more and jump over here. Yeah, because I know that falling off this for some reason breaks these crops. I'm going to wind this all the way over and down to here, where everything will go in the crafter. And we're just going to use a basic filter on this end, and we're going to say that only eggplant and garlic can go in here. Whitelist. Stick you in there. Where's my eggplant? There we go. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I saw you coming. I totally didn't. Crafting. Okay. And just in case anything else decides to fall in here, we'll have a secondary output, which is the last end of the line into this chest, and we'll clean this out every now and then. And we'll just use a normal servo in order to make this work. On. So if I take my ring of magnetization off now and start sort of harvesting these, they get sucked into the chest. The chest spits them out over to here and puts them in the crafter. It'll do all the garlic first because it's fairly slow, a servo over there. But obviously, oh, there we go. Started already. And we'll do the same with all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Right. In order to keep this fully powered up though, you'll notice I brought this cable over to the side of it. It's because we needed the space for this. This is an advanced photovoltaic cell from Ender.io. And what it does, if I, you can see it at the top there, produces power during daylight hours, must have a clear line of sight to the sky. So efficiency 93% while the sun's up. This is producing 40 RF per tick. See, I've got another one here. And it's keeping this crafter powered. So there we go. That's the harvesting taken care of, or the collecting. But why do I have a second one and a leadstone energy cell? This is what's going to be our breaker. So over here we're going to have our energy cell, and on top we're going to have our photovoltaic cell. You see that's powering up. So I have input from the top, output to the right. Going up? Yes you are. And we're going to have a wooden kinesis pipe coming out. See, that's powering up. And a quartz kinesis pipe coming up. On here, we are going to place a docking station, and that's going to be our robot's base of operations. When our robot parks on there, that's when he's going to get charged up, and when he leaves it to harvest things, that's where we'll go back to. How are we doing with this? Not even halfway. It takes ages. So, our next step is to build said docking station. And we're also going to have to build some logic gates to control it, which is unfortunate because lasers are slow. So, what do we need for the base docking? It's pretty simple. Yeah, it was a golden chipset and 3 iron. And I think a quartz. Yeah, a quartz ore gate, I think. There we go. Requires red pipe wire, blue pipe wire, green pipe wire, and a quartz chipset. So we're going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We're going to need a piece of lapis. We're going to need a piece of quartz. We're also going to need a piece of cactus. And if they're still out here, yes, one of those. Because I need dyes. I'll clean that up later. That bugs me. So we'll put you in our magic furnace. We are also going to need 3 iron, I believe. So over here, what we do is we place our iron in. Notice it gives us the option for an iron chipset. We'll get more redstone, our quartz. So we want a quartz chipset. If we put the lapis in, it gives us the option for blue pipe wire, and of course red for red pipe wire. Wrong furnace. Wrong furnace. The hell? I put it in the bottom. I didn't even know cactus could burn things. Anyway, this is our green dye. So that'll give us our green pipe wire. Still nothing. There. Now, it'll only ever make one of these sets of wires, because there's only one of these dyes for it. Likewise with the nether quartz. It'll also only make one gold ingot, but if I were to put any more, say, diamonds in, it might use the redstone to make something else, and we don't want that. So, unfortunately, our next step is a waiting game. So, while that's going on, we're going to do some more upgrading, because I don't know if you've noticed, my armor has changed. My last set of armor got wrecked. I found a creeper, it took offense. You also notice my sword is now down to 0 durability, and that is entirely the result of this villager, who has an unwilling audience, I suspect. Huh. So, fun and games with that, and we're going to start upgrading beyond. So, I don't know why I looked in there. You'll notice, perhaps over the past couple of episodes, that I've been building mana steel stuff. You'll also notice that I've got quite a few sticks and a lot of terra steel. So the first things first, we're going to get a new sword. And this is what I've been prepping for. A terra blade. Aha. It's awesome. But we're not just going to have any terra blade. We're going to upgrade this into a thunder caller with ender air bottles, a mana diamond, and some elementum. So, let's get some bottles. Do I have any bottles? I do. Let's grab a couple of them. I don't think I've... Actually, I might have some ender air. I do not. That's a shame. But I do have a piece of elementum. And I do have more diamonds. So, because it's really, really boring to travel all that distance, Dashi and I, who you can see on the server with me, travelled to find the end off camera. So, sorry folks, we got there already. There was nothing to see because Steve already beat us to killing the dragon. Damn it, Steve. Click. So, we're going to have to nip there again. So there's our diamond, there's that, and there's our terra blade. And we created a linking book to the end. So let's nip there now. I don't intend to kill anything, so we should be pretty safe. I don't think Steve has resummoned the Ender Dragon yet. Nope. So, Ender Air. Nom nom. Back we go. Eee. Oh. All of the link books in my base output there, because it's just out of my claim. So, Ender Air bottle. I wonder what makes Ender Air so different to ours air. Ours air? Our air. And how comes we can breathe there if the air is different? Logic. So there's our new sword, and I've got enough levels to enchant it, but nothing to enchant with at the moment. However, you can actually use these pylons from Britannia. So if I was so inclined, I could make some enchanting pylons now. In fact, let's do that. Let's have some fun and see what we get. So I'm going to need 2 more diamonds, going to need 2 gold, 4 gold even, 4, and we're going to need 4 iron. The iron and the diamonds need to be made into mana stuff. There we go. Craft those up. I think it's gold at the top and iron to the sides, even though the gold is around the middle on the image, because reasons. Do I have? Yes, I've got 4 obsidian. I'm going to need 2 more diamonds, and I'm going to need a book. Do I have a book? I have a book. Jolly good. So that's that, that, and that. So where do we want to plonk this? On this wall over here, this will do. So we'll have that, that, and that next to the window, and then we will jump into our Thundercaller. 30 levels. Knockback 2, Unbreaking 3, Looting 3. That's respectable. I do not mind that. Knockback has actually helped me quite a lot. So there we go. We lose our Smite and Wrath, but that's fine. This was my backup sword because I knew it was going to break soon. And this is awesome because it can use our mana tablet to heal. And we'll upgrade it later with enchanting books and whatnot. Wrong. Okay, the next step is to make the armour itself. And the problem with the armour is that it requires runes. Terra Steel. So if we look at our Terra Steel helmet, it requires a rune of spring, and then it's summer, autumn, and winter respectively. And they're fairly tricky to make because it requires the basic runes before: cake, wool, snow. The rune of autumn is leaves and a spider eye. We've got all the ingredients, but it'll take me some time to gather them. So I've only really got the Terra Steel at the moment. So let's see what we can make. Let's go for the helmet first. The rune of spring requires water and fire, which I've got. It requires 3 saplings and a piece of wheat. Well, that's very easy. 1, 2, 3. Piece of wheat. I'm pretty sure I've got wheat. There it is. Give me my wheat. Oh. Oh no! A creeper was here. Fortunately, it would have gone into the iron chest. 3. Let's sleep the night again, because I can see that creeper at the back there. I see you. All the enchantments. Oh, Dashi, you're saying unknown. Britannia. Mate. Okay. So we are going to grab our, I believe it was a rune of water and a rune of fire. What? No, rune of fire. I know what happened to my rune of fire. It got made into this. Because I was playing. And this is an awful lot of fun. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. It's my Rainbow Road. It's like a walking gay pride parade. Anyway, so we're going to need to make another rune of fire. And because I just done goofed, I'm going to cut right here, make that, and I'll be right back as soon as it's ready. Alrighty folks, we're back. You see I've got my rune of fire up here. The other one's back in the chest. I did clean up my farm because it was annoying me, and things that were broken did go back into the iron chest. So, next step is to make a rune of spring, which is all those. 3 saplings, 1 piece of wheat, and the 2 runes. We're going to need a piece of lemon rock and my leafy stick. You can go on there. And yeah, it's getting plenty of power. You might want to upgrade these mana spreaders soon. In fact, we could probably upgrade that one now. And then we just whack that. Notice you get the runes back this time. in the latest release of Britannia, rune of the advanced, these level 2 runes, and then the level 3 runes of Sin, they don't actually cost the rune you use to make them, which is very convenient. So I can use these runes to make all of my advanced runes. What am I watching? I are recording. No. Say hi to YouTube. So let's come in here. We are going to use our newly created Rune of Spring, 2 living wood twigs, our helmet, and 3 Terra Steel to get our first piece of super armor with knockback resistance. Hello YouTube from Dashi. And there we go. We look like Groot. Hi. Apparently I have a hat on. Remove hat. Done. So, what's the next one? Terra Steel chest plate is a rune of summer. It requires a melon, a slime ball, 2 pieces of sand, and air and earth. Well, air and earth we've got right here. The slime ball and the melon are easily over here. Here's a slime ball. We've got 2 pieces of sand in here. And I'm pretty sure I've got a melon. Yeah. So, slime ball, melon, sand, sand. Yeah! Well, we're going to need 3 of those, aren't we? In the meantime, we're obviously going to need 2 more sticks. Are those ingredients? And our Man of Steel armor. You done? You're done, son. Grab those back. Here's part 2. That's the wrong one. Summer. Aha! Looking snazzy. Terra Steel leggings, Rune of Autumn. Now that's 3 leaves, a spider eye, and then air and fire. Right, there's our air rune. There's fire. Don't think I have any leaves apart from these slime leaves, but there's plenty of trees around. And I've got a pair of shears. So let's go and get a few of those. And the other piece, which I've forgotten, was a spider eye. We've got that in here. So 3 leaves it says. 1, 2, 3. Where'd he go? Oh, I got it. Good. So stand on here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Dark oak leaves do work. I was worried for a moment because sometimes they do not. Put that back in there. Now the last rune is going to be a bit tricky. The Rune of Winter requires a cake, which requires an egg. Everything else I have the ability to get easily, apart from the egg and the milk. So we are going to have to find a cow. And I happen to know someone who's got some cows, because I may have pranked him with them a few days ago. If you have not seen this prank, go and watch Stephen Games' channel. Boots. Aha. And the final piece will go in there. And this armor can rest in this chest for the moment. So just to confirm, the last piece requires water, earth, 2 snow, wool, which I believe we have. Yes. And the 2 cake. So how many buckets do I have? 2. Let's get another bucket. 1, 2, 3. You never know, we might find a chicken en route and then hang around and see if it drops an egg. They do have a tendency to do that. So we'll grab our 2 buckets. Yes, wheat. And we can put this in our grindstone for flour. If we really wanted to, we could put it in the pulverizer as well, but this is just as quick at the moment. We are going to need 2 pieces of sugar. Fairly simple. And then it's just the egg. So let's head over this way, because I believe there were some chickens down here. He's attracting a crowd again. Is that skeleton? You're not a zombie. Stop pretending. So Where is it? This might be made quicker by grabbing my hang glider. So, I am going to cut yet again because me strolling around is boring, and I'll be back when I have 3 buckets of milk and an egg. Or maybe some cows and a few chickens. I can't decide which yet. See you in a few moments. Okay folks, we're back. So, it turns out you cannot use AE2 flour to make a cake, which is really sad. So I've just grabbed some more meat, and I'm making it the normal way. Did I say meat? Meat cake. That could be good. Our final step in order to build this last rune is snow. Cake. Nom. And there just happens to be some right up there. So let's trot it over here with our rainbow stick. Britannia has a lot of sticks. Going up. Might have to upgrade this sash soon, because I'm feeling a little bit slow, even though I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aha. Snow. And that is all the ingredients we need for the last rune. And you go poof. And then we summon you again immediately. Nice safe path down. And uses a very, very minimal amount of mana. I like this stick. I'm going to have to get into some of the other rods that Britannia has as well. I think they've got a nice one that allows you to sort of level the terrain around you, and considering how much I've had to terraform the terrain here, it sounds like that would have been a good investment. But I didn't have it then, I do now. So, last rune. That, and that. Why no work? Because I put the wrong runes on. Oops. Come back. Okay. The actual rune we need for the rune of winter. Water and earth. I'm using completely the wrong ones. Better. Much better. For some reason I have bones. Probably because I killed a few skeletons en route to finding the chickens. Punched them to the moon with the awesome knockback. Anyway, rock, stick, go. And go on. You two can go in there. And this is the final part of our Terra Steel armor, which again at some point will be enchanted. Look at us, don't we look snazzy? I've got armor with wood on it. Oh. And this has diamond level protection and bonus cookies besides, because now that I've got all pieces on, regen even if hunger isn't topped off, passive mana generation on mana tablets, 0.15 knockback resistance, and we can put wills on this helmet to make it even better, as well as enchantments. So this is actually going to be our end game armor. And now that I'm clad in this, I am up for taking on things like the Wither or Guy Guardian, maybe even a few of the Witchery bosses, if we ever get that far. And while we were messing around out there, our laser's finished. Superb. So let's grab all of these, and we are going to have to put this, and this back in to get our quartz ore gate. We can stop making these now. Go away. And we're going to get some iron for our robot. So, let's see, it's 5 iron. So our redstone crystal and 2 diamond chipsets for our robot. Yay! That golden chipset requires 3 iron to make our docking base. stick these wires back in here. Now, in order to turn our robot into a harvester, we need to put it in this table, integration table, with a schematic. And we're going to need a programmer to make that schematic, I think it is. So, it was the farmer? That's right. Hoster? No. PC. Robotics. It's one of these, isn't it? Stripes. Harvester. Harvests mature crops. It requires the farmer, or it requires a redstone board, so that's paper and redstone. That's fairly easy. We're going to need a zone planner later on, which is a couple of more diamonds, iron gears, and we are also going to need a map, which is fairly simple. So there's our quartz ore gate. So the zombies are back outside. So many zombies. I'm not entirely sure I have enough diamonds to make the zone planner. To be honest, I'm not even sure I have enough diamonds to make the programmer. No, so I need 4 diamonds and an emerald for that. Everything else I've got, or can get. And I am going to need 4 diamonds, an empty map, which is a compass and paper, in order to get that. So, I'm going to first show you this up, because now that this is all done, all we need to do is place our docking station on here, and it sticks, and our quartz gate there, and that will control it. And what this quartz gate allows us to do, it says robots and stuff. So every, say, let's see, if there's a robot in station, you can say load or unload an area, or while the redstone signal is off, load or unload an area. That's what we want. Or is it? No, it's working area. Ah, these are so many options. Work in area. There we go. So this slot here allows us to define an area. So while there's no redstone signal, the robot attached to this docking station will work in the area given. And we're going to designate these 2 rows and decide. In fact, no, we just need to dedicate these 2 rows because the vacuum chest will do everything else for us. So I need paper. Let's grab that. We are going to need 16 paper, so we'll just get a little bit extra. Going to need 2 redstone, 4 iron. So the 4 iron goes here in order to make us a compass. And this gives us our redstone board. This gives us our empty map. Paper can go in here. And the redstone board will need to go into a planning table. Sorry, a programming table, which we'll put here. But of course, I used up all my diamonds earlier, apart from 3. So I'm going to have to go and get some more. And I'm going to do that now. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I have told a lie. I said we'd be right back, and we are. But unfortunately, I've just realised we're almost at 40 minutes. So I'm going to actually have to end this episode here. And you'll have to see me finish the robot harvesting later. So, fortunately by then I will have all the materials I need. So I didn't actually expect to go through some 29 diamonds in the space of, I don't know, an hour. But hey ho, it happens when you do, mods. Shut up. Anyway. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked this episode, please leave a like. If you disliked this episode, please leave a dislike. You know the routine. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.